Right, I'm playing Children of the Atom, which is actually my favourite Marvel game, and it's a strange choice. I know it's a strange thing to say, of all the Marvel games, the very first one's my favourite, but there's something about this one. It's less focus on combos and more just landing hits. It's very much about spacing beyond just. It's about spacing, but there aren't too. When you use projectiles, you really need to think about them instead of just spamming them out. Because this is one of the first games to really give you directional projectiles. Iceman and Omega Red, you can aim in different directions whenever you use a projectile, and you really need to master getting in there, especially when you're a character like Colossus. And the reason I like Colossus is that he has some of the most satisfying throws. In fact, he probably has the most satisfying throws out of any fighting game I've ever played. This really feels like a real superhero game where you just throw them, do like a super jump up, and then slam them into the ground. And the hit pause, the animation in this game isn't technically as good as the other games because it comes out more slowly. But the hit pause whenever you land a particularly big hit, it's very satisfying, and you feel it much more so than any other Marvel game. So if I try and get this throw, yeah, you really feel that, and then you can pick them up. You also got your supers, but with Colossus, all you need is normal throws. You see there, yeah, that's what I mean about spacing. I had to get in there, and I just happened to have a charge that gives me super armor, so I used that, bypassed his first projectile, and then just smacked him in the face. Yeah, it's satisfying. There's a good variety of characters here, and I very much appreciate the fact that it's just X-Men. I like games with a lot of focus. It's not trying to include every single Marvel and Capcom character in here. It's other than obviously Akuma, who's a secret character. It's very focused, and I like the roster of characters. And there's a lot of unusual choices in there. And this is the first game to really make it look like the animated series and use the same voices. It's just a really cool game, and I like the pace of it. I prefer the slower pace. You kind of have to think about your moves a bit more carefully. Well, maybe I'm just saying that because I'm shit at the other Marvel games, but still, I do enjoy this. I don't know why I threw out the corner. That was very stupid. His super's just absolutely shit. It's very specific. You have to really use it whenever they're down. Yeah, I knew that was a real one. They also tend to go a bit crazy with the number of not so much super moves, but rather super modes and alternate stuff. Spiral's got some special. They're almost like stances. I don't know. Maybe she'll do one here. She gets the swords out, and Mita's also used for. Mita's used in a lot of interesting ways. There's these special moves, and we also use it for tech hits. So you've kind of got to balance. You meet it in order to survive, and it's just a lot to think about. Meat is a bit more, has a few more uses than it does normally in this game. Also, I love the stage and most of the stages in this game. I don't know why they dropped the whole. Well, I suppose for balance reasons they had to drop the. Well, that didn't last long. This is the bottom level. God, I love that throw. Yeah, the stages, how they break open, but it's not just an aesthetic thing. They also change gameplay. I love it when you're plummeting, and you've got time to think about how you're going to attack next while you're in the air. It's great. I'd say, the only other Marvel game that did that, I think, was X-Men vs Street Fighter and Marvel Super Heroes, which had the New York street stage that broke open into the sewer, but other than that, I don't know why they stopped doing that, because I can't imagine it affecting balance that much. It's just kind of cool. Being able to break, these throws and the weight of these characters so much that it actually shatters the ground, it's just fantastic. I really appreciate that. That's what I want from a superhero themed fighting game. I want I want everything to feel incredibly powerful, and I want them to really. I want things to. I want it to seem like it would hurt. And elaborate moves that take advantage of the character's traits, like that Cyclops throw. I did not know I could jump. That's new. I didn't know I could do that. Hang on. Let's see if I can get him in that again. He's dead. In this stage as well, the danger room cycles through. I mean, this game's basically a big tech demo for CPS2. That's really all it is. But it came out. But it, it ended up being one of the best-looking games around. This predates Street Fighter Alpha because that's why it uses the Street Fighter 2 Akuma sprite, which is kind of weird. Yeah, I don't know I could do that. Huh. And I'm trying to grab him the second time, which I know for a fact you can't do. Oh yeah, nearly forgot about this. Whoop. When that was animated in Marvel 2, they didn't have the correct sprites, so it ended up being this really ugly, janky sort of two-frame deal with sort of weird spinning effects on it. It looked terrible. But here, it's pretty cool. Yeah, it's a lot of familiar, like Wolverine's intro there. It's a familiar one that you tend to see a lot, but it comes out way slower, so it looks a bit more janky by dwelling on each individual hand-drawn frame. And then in the later games, it just sort of sped it up. Just looks a lot more natural. But for hits, for this being a slower paced game, I really appreciate that sort of hits done. You've really got to think about getting in there. You've really got to think about spacing a lot more, or at least, well, no, you don't have to think about spacing more, but it's at a pace I can actually comprehend it. And if I were ever trying to get someone into Marvel for whatever reason, I would actually recommend this first because it establishes the fundamentals, but you can actually tell what the hell's going on. You have a bit more time to think about your attacks and stuff. I'm gonna die. I was hoping that would chip him out. Oh. Because the moves do so much, like the individual hits do so much damage, instead of having to rely on combos. You kind of savour those. The spacing more. If an opponent whiffs a move and you counter them, it does a lot more damage, and that one hit feels a lot more valuable. Instead of like a 60 hit combo. And there are combos in this game. There are combos. I've seen some crazy stuff with Sentinel, but that's a bit. I don't really want to waste my time learning combos for a game nobody really plays, which is a shame because this game rules. Oh, I should have hit him out of that. So that would clip him. Yeah, okay, that's how you use the hyper. You can also cancel out of that Colossus charge thing, which is pretty handy. Oh yeah, you can also do the whole hit him while they're down thing. He's just checking his shoes. God, I hate Storm. Interesting stage. So it's the X-Wing on an aircraft carrier. Just everything about this game is just fantastic, and you've got to consider the fact this was made in 1994. This was really the first. This and Darkstalkers were really the first games to establish that sort of 90s Capcom sprite style. Ugh, Storm. Yeah. Good music in this game as well. I think the best theme in the game is Omega Red's theme, which is fantastic. I want to play until I hear that. Unfortunately, I'm kind of shit as Omega Red, so I'm not going to play as him. There we go. And you just wait for that opening when you manage to get behind them and then land the throw. Because you just do so much damage, but it feels satisfying. I mean, I'm curious what the tier list is for this. I mean, I have no idea who's good or not. Oh shit. The problem with the tech hits is sometimes I do it without really thinking about it because I'm still trying to get a move out. Whoa! Right in there. That's great. Bitch. Fuck you. Okay, so you can combo off that. That is very interesting. I was not aware you could do that. So if you jump and throw, that would open up a bevy of bloody crazy... Whoa, can't believe that hit. Yeah, so apparently if you jump and throw you can do combos. I've been playing this for ages and I didn't know you could do that. So apparently I've been playing this the wrong way. I just do a stupid little weak kick. I like Juggernaut in this game as well. It's like, this is only his only appearance as an actual boss, and yeah, you know, that's what he should be. The guy's fucking invulnerable. That should be his thing. He needs to be a boss. You can't put him on equal pairing with Ryu. You know, he's just way too powerful. Unfortunately, he's usually way tougher, but he seems to have a serious problem with Colossus. As I start getting fucking stuck in a loop. Oh, god damn it! Oh, that's really annoying. Oh, that's terrible. This guy's a fucking pain in the ass. My throws do so much damage. Did that just do half my life? Holy shit! Doesn't matter. He's dead anyway. Bastard. Can't imagine how long it took to draw all these sprites.
Rise against me. The human era is over. Mutant era has come.
I just like that intro. Magneto is an absolute twat in this game, and I'm probably going to just fight him the once and then I'm just going to give up, because I don't want to make a video of me dying repeatedly. It's also nice, it's refreshing to have a final boss in one of these games that who's an actual threat. That him and Onslaught. Unfortunately, what's his name? Apocalypse was an absolute wimp. I can't believe that worked! Whoa! Okay, couldn't land that throw. Didn't get close enough. Started to panic because I actually managed to land that stupid throw through his hyper. Ooh. Yeah, again with the spacing. Yeah, Magneto here is basically the template for every other bloody Marvel character to follow. Just goes mental with the projectiles. I like the fact that he's a boss, you know, it kind of gives his character the role he should have. Yeah, anyway, so that's Children of the Atom. I'm usually quite good against Magneto, but it tends to be luck based, you know, as long as you get one throw in, you can take half his life. So yeah, this game's pretty cool and everyone should play it because it's great. And it should have been released on XBLA instead of Marvel Superheroes because this is way better. So, bye bye.